Hey you guys, it is officially fall and it is a glorious day, and so I thought I would take this opportunity to give you a bit of a garden update and also show you some of the vintage garden things that I've been collecting throughout the summer, things that I've thrifted and things that I was given. I'm about to winterize the garden this weekend, and so I thought, what better time to do this update than before the garden changes again. This is going to be a quick update because my garden failed. I have been defeated. This is the second year in a row that I would say my garden was a fail. Yeah, it's devastating. It's so much work, and then to just not get anything from your vegetable plants or your flowers that you planted, it actually is really devastating. I would say maybe like 40% of my plants grew and bloomed and 60% did not. So just for example, I planted about 6 zucchini plants and I only got 1 zucchini, and I literally have not picked it yet because it's still not done growing. Yeah, none of my tomatoes, I think I got actually maybe like 3 or 4 little cherry tomatoes, but those plants essentially died. Aphids got my kale and a lot of my cabbage. Actually, aphids have infested the same bed that they did last year, and so I don't know what it is about that area. None of my lettuces grew. Even my Swiss chard this year didn't grow. Hi. And last year it did grow. Like a few things have definitely grown, but also a lot didn't. Another example is I planted about 4 or 5 dahlia tubers and only 1 bloomed. So there's something amidst, something going on in this garden, and I think it's a combination of soil health and also watering. Somewhere in August, I honestly just gave up. I wasn't seeing the results that I should have been seeing, and I literally didn't have any time, and so I just stopped taking care of the garden, and it shows. It really shows. The garden is completely taken over by weeds, and now that the leaves are falling, it's got a thick layer of leaves in here too. Winnie absolutely loves it. Absolutely loves being in the garden. He just like begs for me to open the garden gate so that he can come in here and sit. The sun is coming. There's Winnie. What are you doing? He is, I feel like the luckiest girl in the world to have Winnie. I just feel like I'm the luckiest girl in the world. So yeah, the garden is struggling. It's partially my fault and partially a total mystery. So let me show you some of the vintage things that I've been collecting throughout the summer. I have some in this garden, at the house, and in the goddess garden. You guys voted on my community tab and on my Instagram, and if you're not on my Instagram, go check it out. It's at Soul and Celine. You guys voted on naming that garden the goddess garden, which was my top choice as well, and so that's what it is. It's the goddess garden, and we're gonna go check it out in a little bit because there's some vintage things back there as well. The first thing that I'm gonna show you is this pot, and it is so cute. It's this one. It's the one I was carrying as I was walking in. It is so 90s. Have you ever seen a more 90s pot? It's just so cute, and I actually love this so much. I think I'm gonna bring it inside. The next thing is a major score. This is so unique. I got this on Facebook Marketplace, and I just think these are so special. A lot of the witchcraft that I do and a lot of the spiritual work that I do has to do with masculine and feminine union, and so these are perfect for me. These are concrete plates that say Garden King and Queen. They are so Renaissance-y, so pagan-like, and just so theatrical, and I think that they are so beautiful. I envision one day when I have a greenhouse, like having these on either side of the door or something. I don't know, I just think that they have so much potential. They're so unique, and I was really happy with this find. So let's walk around and I will show you the other things that I've gotten and was gifted. So these pots here are vintage. This one also has a sun on it. I need to clean it. It's gotten pretty dirty since I've gotten it, but it's a concrete sun and it is so cool. And I have my arnica in there and my diacica. And then these, I have a ton of these. I think I have maybe like 10, so I have them all over the place. And those are vintage and they're a really great size and I really love those. And if you've been here for a while, you know I have a small obsession with vintage gnomes. I think that they are so weird and cool. And so I got a couple more this year, which I talked about in my fairy garden video. So the first one here is this frog, and it's a family heirloom, and I named him Elvis after my frog that I had when I was a kid. And this is also another gnome that was passed down through the family, and he doesn't have a name yet. This is my OG gnome, and his name is Nomi. He's very old. Okay, so this is the little spiral staircase that I got. I got this on Facebook Marketplace. It was only $20 and it is so cool. So yeah, it's just like a cool spiral staircase and I can put planters on it, and I'm envisioning ivy growing all around this. I think it is just so neat and I'm really excited to figure this out, but for now it looks really cool right next to my house. And this plant that I just squished okay, and then the things that I got for the front of the house are these candelabras, and I got 2 and they fit right on these plant holders and I really love them. I think they give the house kind of a gothic witchy vibe and I really love that. I think they were such a good find and they were $4 I think, so love that. Okay, so inside I got this vintage wool blanket, and it's kind of like a picnic blanket or something to use outside when you're sitting in the garden, and I think it is so darling, and I'm really happy with this find too. Okay, so now we're gonna head towards the goddess garden, and I'll also show you the stone circle. It looks absolutely glorious back here. Fall in the forest is so nice. What are you doing? You gonna jump up? What are you doing? You look like a little lion. All right, let's head into the goddess garden. Alright, so a goddess garden update. The deer ate everything. That's the update. Yeah, they ate even the things that were supposed to be deer resistant, like daisies, gone. All my mugwort, gone. Yeah, I told a witch that the deer ate all my mugwort, which was quite a lot, and they were like, those deer must have gone on a pretty big trip, because that's what mugwort will do to you. So I'm surprised that they did eat it all. And it's also quite bitter, so that sucks. So there are a few things the deer didn't eat. The little winter greens, which are just decorative, they didn't eat. They didn't eat the yarrow and the feverfew, and of course the foxgloves. There's some thyme or oregano there, but for the most part, they ate most things. So right behind Winnie are a couple more of those vintage planter pots, and those have some foxgloves in them. This had plantain in it, but the deer ate quite a bit of it and it just died. One of the days that I came back here, my bag of soil was moved and it really freaked me out. Obviously it was a bear, but it freaked me out, like that first initial shock. And also I was like, what would a bear want with my soil? by this beautiful fairy tree, we have our next vintage item, this candelabra chandelier. My mom gifted this to me and I had wanted it for years. She finally gave it to me. This is probably one of my most favorite vintage things that I have now. I have a ceremony coming up back here and I want it to be all lit up with candles safely. I have a lot of lanterns, but I don't think I'll put real candles in this. I might have to get some of those like Christmas fake candles and put those in there. So those are the garden updates and my garden fails. And obviously it's not all in fail. I did so much work to even set this goddess garden up. I think it took me like 3 months to do, not including all the work I did to even get access to this place. So yeah, so it wasn't all a fail, but in terms of the growth of my plants, didn't go so well. So I'm gonna winterize tomorrow, move the mugwort, and hopefully next year I can change up my game plan and do better. One more thing before I go, I recently uploaded my witch camp video and I'm so proud of this video and I would really love for you to check it out. It is a bit out of sync with the seasons and with the Wheel of the Year because I did film that at Beltane, and at that time we were welcoming the sun and now we are about to welcome the moon. I'm actually going to another witch camp with the same community coming up here and we are welcoming the darkness. So in that video we were welcoming the sun, and so I would really love for you to check it out. The message is really beautiful and I feel that creating community with earth-based people and witches is so important, and so I hope that you'll watch that video and find some inspiration to start doing that in your own communities or create a new community, and let me know what you think in the comments on that video and I'll leave all the links for you. Please go check it out. So thank you so much for coming on these garden journeys with me, and I hope that you enjoyed my vintage finds, and I will see you in the next one.